It's me, Jimmy D, and welcome back to Nights on Skype, where this is just a ramble kind of deal. We're gonna talk about uh, superheroes, game, whatever comes to mind, basically. So,
All the stuff. We're just a grab bag hodgepodge of shit.
yep, and that reminds me,
Okay.
at least I caught it 40 seconds in instead of 4 minutes. So, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, where shall we start? Oh, John. Let's fill John in on what happened on Arrow.
This is the moment of the video where John's just gonna tune out for 12 minutes.
So, John,
Oh, yeah.
Arrow.
Okay, well, first of all, have you seen any of Arrow?
I saw season 1 and 2.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he seemed okay. One, you're gonna like this news. We have finished the flashbacks. The flashback ended with him getting off the island.
Yeah, I know. That's the beginning of season 1.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
Actually, it wasn't. It was actually a pretty good scene.
yeah, it was a good scene because
It was how you do an emotional scene, Flash.
Wait, wouldn't the flashbacks end literally where it picks up with him with shooting that arrow and lighting the thing on fire and then getting picked up by
Oh, it does.
It
Like
does.
the end of the episode does that whole sequence, and it pretty much ends with him on the boat actually calling his mother.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
um
And we're at season 4?
5.
5.
5. It only took 5 seasons for the
Well,
flash.
no, here's
No.
the thing.
It took.
I
He was on the
watching- I
island
used to-
for 5 years.
I know, about to say I had the original DVD, and I was kind of watching some of the extras for season 1, and they said they had a plan that they wanted to make it to where if when they go 5 seasons, that final shot would be him shooting off the arrow and coming back onto the boat to where you could immediately pick it back up as season 1.
Yeah.
So it kind of come full circle.
But why would I care?
That's an
Like,
opinion.
this is
thing.
my point. Like, I felt like what they covered in the flashbacks and shit for the first season was enough.
Mhm.
I don't think it was necessary to go back for every season to do the flashbacks. I think it's completely unnecessary.
I think it was kind of necessary for season 5 because it dealt with the Russians. Because season 5 played such a major part with the Russians and his whole past on that. But like when him going to China and then him coming back to start, fuck no. No, I don't think he needed to really.
No,
Do-
I think if you needed it, I think a better idea would be like for example with the Russian thing. If they wanted to do flashbacks, then okay, but it shouldn't have been a mandatory thing where they just kept doing it every season. Like it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Hell, it would actually even be better if you didn't see the flashbacks, and then it could be this kind of mystery, like who are these people? Why do they hate you all?
Yeah. Why does Oliver seem so good with the Bratva?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you would even be better if you didn't do the flashback. It's frustrating, you know. And it's like if there's one thing in movies that most people hate, including myself, it's obnoxious flashbacks. They're all sometimes they're good depending on the
Yeah.
story, but most of the time they're irrelevant. And when you have it in, that's what bothered me the most. It's just the entire show had flashbacks all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We did. Well, second thing. They blew up the island.
That's not how the first season ends.
No.
No, they ended season
They-
5 by blowing up the Lian
But blowing up what?
The
Lian the island.
When? Well, he had to have been off
Present
the island
day.
by then.
Present day, they blew up the island.
But why though? What was on the island that he needed to blow up?
This bad guy who overacts. He kidnapped basically everyone Arrow cares about.
He just picked up the city and moved it over there.
That would have been great.
You have
Just
found
literally,
this city.
everybody is gone. Everybody. The entire Star City is on the
It's
island.
like- no, it could have been. It's like he picked up the city, and then they pulled like a Batman vs Superman, where he just opens up the door and there's a newspaper. You have failed this city. Fuck.
No. Basically,
His team.
his whole team is on this island, and he has to get Deathstroke in order to help him out to save his.
Deathstroke, Merlin, Captain Boomerang, and Nissa Al Ghul.
Yeah.
Why don't you just grab the Flash? He could probably do it pretty quick.
Because the Flash is busy mourning Iris at the moment. Okay.
Well, she didn't die though.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
There's nothing to
So
mourn.
basically,
I mean, there's quite a lot of them during the Flash where they were literally just sitting on their ass.
Okay,
trying to figure
so-
shit out.
as you saw
He
on,
plants bombs around the island, basically.
Yeah.
And basically, it's one of those kill switch to where if I die, the bombs pretty much explode.
Well, then don't kill him. The Flash is fast enough. Just
Yeah.
get them all off the island like that.
okay, so he got on a boat. The bad guy and Arrow got on a boat. Okay, they drifted off a little bit because this dude had Oliver's son.
Oliver has a son now.
Yeah.
Remember, it was actually on a Flash episode that he found out.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So he has his son. So it's either he's trying to make Oliver choose between his son and his team, and
I choose Flash.
so
I choose option C, and he just dives off the boat.
so Oliver shoots the dude in the foot, grabs his son, pulls him over, and then the dude instantly pulls out a gun and blows his brains out.
Whose brains out? Oliver's?
Himself.
Oh, well, I failed.
Well,
Basically.
then the island blew up, and that's how it ended.
That's how Michael Bay ends a movie. You know, and like that's not right. Like,
Listen, I'll have you know, season 6 is going to be really great. I'm just saying, with that director credit from Zack Snyder, it's going to be fucking amazing.
it's like, guys, how do we end this? I don't know. Let's just blow it up.
I mean, yeah. Well, hey, speaking that you say that the Flash could just run in and help him, they did that before on like season 3 when they were all locked up in the League of Assassins place. The Flash just
Barry just ran in, just whoop, 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 bye, cameo, see ya.
saved them, and ran the fuck out.
And you could have done that again. Literally, there's no reason why you couldn't. You just ask. It would take Flash like an hour at most.
Okay, if we try to sit here all day and debate shitty writing or every single plot point, it's going to come through the
It's
show.
just, well, you can't have a shared universe and not deal with the fact that you have a shared fucking universe. Literally, you
That's just it. They
You
will
could've
not
called-
let you have your cake and your ice cream. You can only have one.
Can you imagine if fucking Kara or maybe even Supergirl and Superman just busted up in that island? Like, hey, how you doing? Like,
Yeah.
They could pick the island up and move
With
it.
them having a shared
right?
the problem with them having a shared universe is with the shared universe they want to play the fact that you can't have your cake and ice cream, but that makes no sense because it's a shared universe.
Yeah.
The only reason that he wouldn't have done, and it's so stupid because it's literally like the only reason I don't think he would do it, well, why it wouldn't happen is Oliver with his stupid ego. The thing is, why is he more willing to go find Deathstroke to help him than he is to go ask the Flash?
Because he said Deathstroke was his only option.
No, he's not.
That's just it.
One city
That's just it.
over.
Like, okay, now that we're starting to expand on this universe, you guys have to update the rules
Yeah.
of like what you can and can't do.
Yeah. They do.
Or at least they could have at least put in a thing of dialogue, like he calls Barry and says, "Hey, I need your help," and he's like, "No, I can't." Okay, fine, done. But he didn't. Did he do that?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what the
Hopefully, we'll get the rules updated at the 4-night crossover.
I know for
Yeah, we'll
the
just have a fucking council
1
meeting.
year anniversary of Nights, what's gonna be on the T-shirt?
What?
Shitty writing.
Oh. I was
I'll
gonna
say
say
shitty writing. No, that's not a 1-year anniversary. I'm gonna buy that T-shirt anyway because I just love the idea of I'll take shitty writing for 1,000, please.
I have it.
I was gonna say like Flash Ex Machina. I don't know.
Flashpoint shouldn't be one episode.
It's a little long. And
That pisses me off, but not as much as the black the Black Flash.
Getting frozen and dying.
Fucking that shit.
Okay. I watched Emergency Awesome. talk about the Flash finale, and he basically was like, I know a lot of people are upset with the Black Flash just dying instantly, but it makes sense, and he moved on. It's like, I'm okay with it. I'm like, what? No.
It's like, okay, I get the fact that you're okay with it. You have to see that in the realm of your universe you set up. It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
And here's the thing.
Because
here's the thing about Emergency Awesome. That's just one dude. If you go to anybody, because I watched a lot of like Flash season 4, Flash season 3, like River Valley.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who did not like season 3.
Well, including us.
I have actually come to like it in retrospect, but
I don't hate it. I hate Arrow season 4. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. I don't hate season 3. I just think it's a bad season. I think it can get better. It showed signs that it can get better.
I mean, the thing is, the Black Flash it's such a minor part of the episode that I just actually forgot about. I mean, it was like they had to have him there because, I mean, when you fuck with the Time Force, you're going to have a Black Flash show up.
Yeah.
Or the Speed Force, not the Time Force.
Yeah, there was so much other what the fuck moments with that whole finale that the Black Flash pisses me off.
I mean, if for all we can know, it'd be like a Pokemon weakness. Like, why are dragons weak to ice? They just are. I don't. Why is Black Flash weak to
Barry
ice?
stays Savitar out of his suit? He just can.
Why didn't he do that earlier?
Why did he literally walk up to Savitar? I want to try to change you.
I can think why he didn't do it earlier. The fact because Savitar was not paying attention when Barry did it.
Yeah.
Like all the other times he was focusing on Barry, and
Yeah.
he was not fast enough to get behind him. You know, like he wasn't prepared. I can understand that, but
Yeah.
the thing is now the only problem is now with this whole Black Flash thing is literally. I mean, there's no reason why you can't like if you want to fuck with the Speed Force, just do it in a freezer.
Yeah.
Make a time portal in the freezer.
Exactly. Like, what are they going to do?
Dude,
Send more Black Flash? Just die?
No, here's the thing, dude. Fuck it. Just, you want to make Godspeed? Bring on Godspeed. Just have him carry around Mr. Freeze's gun.
I really want them to do. I've said this before, and they're not going to do it for this season, I
No.
don't think. But they have laid the groundwork already to do it with the Speed Force storm that they had.
Yeah.
That is the groundwork for it. They could either have that repercussion on the next season, like
Yeah.
it doesn't affect this season, or they could just do it again in the next.
Well, I know we're getting
We're getting a non-speedster.
Yeah, we're getting an all animal Suicide Squad against Barry.
What? Huh?
Oh yeah, with like King Shark, Gorilla Grodd, and I think
Cheetah, Cupid.
But I don't. First of all, Cupid's not a fucking animal unless they make her an animal.
I'm just going by what I read in the description, like the descriptions.
And do you see them being the villain for the entire season?
No.
Because that's kind of a weak cast.
It's going to be rogues all season.
Shit, I wouldn't mind seeing King Shark for a whole season. That guy's awesome.
It'd be the last season
They
of
don't have
Flash.
the budget for it.
They
That's
would
the
be
bad
broke.
part. I would love to see it too. They don't have the budget for it.
No, they don't. Yeah, I think we probably should move on from TV shows.
What?
Well, upcoming TV shows, we know there's Black Lightning, Titans, and Inhumans.
Titans isn't the one I'm looking forward to the most. I just gotta say that right now.
I don't know.
I'm not excited for Titans because I haven't really seen anything for them to pull out.
Well,
I'm sorry. Which is that in the Supergirl or Flashverse?
they haven't decided.
See, that's just it. There's not enough information out there for me to get excited for Titans.
Well, my thing is, Inhumans, I don't really know much about at all. And
Nobody does.
And the same thing for Black Lightning. I didn't know who he was until they were.
Wait, isn't Black Lightning Shazam's enemy? Or
I thought that was Black Adam.
That's, I think so.
My mistake.
I don't know. I don't know the Shazam verse, nor do I care about knowing the Shazam verse.
And Black Lightning's not even going to be part of the Arrowverse.
Well then, so he's confirmed on the end and Supergirl.
No, he's by himself.
Is he on another Earth?
They said no connection.
Oh, So it's gonna be like
It's gonna be
Supergirl before they connected them.
It's gonna be, but it's gonna be on CW.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Supergirl before they connected them.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, he's just on another Earth.
Because you know what? I'm sorry. They're setting up the groundworks to do a Crisis on Infinite Earths.
they
Just
are.
pull out, release a couple of more superheroes, then eventually pull the trigger of just trying to squish them all together. Because it's coming to a point where it's getting confusing on which night to watch, which time. This entire network is pretty much being taken over by superheroes anyway. Just mash them all together.
CW stands for comics.
Yeah.
I would like
Comics Wireless Network.
Although, oh, are you making that as a joke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. Yes, I want to see a Crisis.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to see all the worlds merge. No, I don't think they'll ever do it, but it would make me very happy. Because that way, when they do, and I've resigned to the fact that, yes, they'll probably only ever do Batman on the Supergirl universe, that if they do a Crisis, then he can be on the Flash Arrowverse.
Exactly.
I actually
it makes
have
sense for them to do a Crisis. I don't think they'll do a Crisis because they do not have the budget. It will be such a low budget
I have
Crisis.
the way they can.
How?
Because right now all the shows have contracts for 7 years. Okay, all the actors and all 7 years. Okay.
Well, 7 seasons.
Yeah, 7 seasons. So,
Arrows is almost up.
Arrows is almost up, but I'm thinking once Arrow and Flash is up, they might, when they renegotiate, because Supergirl Legends will only have a year left on theirs.
No. If they're all for 7, Supergirl and Legends will have a couple left in theirs.
Same with Flash. Flash hasn't been going on as long as Arrow.
Yeah. When Arrow hits season 7, Flash will hit season 5.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is once Flash and Arrow is up with the 7 seasons.
But here's the thing, I see them pulling Arrow for another 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
What they would probably do? Well, here I'm interested
because when they negotiate the contracts, because let's just face it, the superhero shows is basically CW's main thing.
Oh yeah,
main source.
Everything else they have doesn't
even. If they do a Crisis, if they're waiting for when the renegotiations happen,
yeah.
Which in that case you'd probably just have the Arrowverse just negotiate for 1 or 2 more seasons just to match up with the Flash.
Yeah.
When they do the Crisis, could there be a possibility of changing actors? Because you could do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was thinking about. They could actually change Flashes or whatever when
they might do. They might do that, but they'll probably do that to do Crisis, and they'll probably kill off Oliver Queen and Barry Allen, and they'll have Wally West become the Flash, and someone will become the next Green Arrow.
I don't know.
I think they'll just kill off Green Arrow and not have a Green Arrow anymore.
No, they're going to keep someone in it might not be a Green Arrow, but they'll keep someone in the Green Arrow position.
I don't think that. The thing is, Barry Allen is so pivotal to the Flash. Huh?
It's kind of iconic.
Oh, well, yeah, he's iconic. It's like not having Clark Kent play Superman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or having even Dick Grayson be Batman, which he's done before, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you can just have. I know in the comics it was Wally West for a while, just being the Flash.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can get away with
25 years of Wally West as the Flash.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think they'll get. I mean, literally every show begins with "My name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive." Like. You can't. I don't think any people will be willing to. And everybody loves Grant Gustin. Yeah. Everybody.
Grant Gustin's amazing.
Yeah, he is. I like Grant Gustin. I hate the scripts they give him, but I like the actor.
I don't know. It would just feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm used to Wally West being the Flash in the comics because I mean he was there for so long.
Yeah.
But it would make me uncomfortable to see Wally West just put on the Flash the full Flash costume and just take up the mantle. I'm just like that. I don't like no. No.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, on Crisis, Supergirl dies, so
Yeah.
In Crisis, a lot happens. Not
True.
just your precious Supergirl dying.
Well, the
Well,
cover
the thing with
Supergirl.
yeah. Well, the thing with Crisis is that you can use the name and then literally do anything you want.
True.
Yeah, you can use the name Crisis on Infinite Earths of all the whole concept of all the Earths coming together. But other than that, it's a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's less of even a title and just more of a just description.
As long as you still get the core thing of everyone the universe is kind of coming together.
Yeah, everything comes together and then something changes. That's all you got to do. If you stay within there, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything. Hell, the actual Flashpoint comic is nowhere sort of near the animated series of Flashpoint Paradox goes into a lot more detail than the Flashpoint actual comic.
And they're drawn. I just rewatched. So CinemaSins just did Everything Wrong with the Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the movie in a while. I forgot how whoever drew that. I don't know what his problem is with he draws every time he draws a muscular man. He's like his torso is really skinny.
Batman's lips are fucking what the hell?
Literally everybody their heads are the chins are fucking huge, and it's just why?
Basically, Jay Leno Ken dolls. But yeah,
and it's how fucking Superman before he becomes the skinny in the Flashpoint Paradox. He just looks dumb. Doesn't look right. I don't know.
It looks like Liefeld's drawings. Have you ever seen Rob Liefeld's kind of drawings? It looks like that.
Is he the one who made Busty Cap?
He's the one who Busty Cap. He made Busty Cap. He made he's the dude who made Deadpool. Liefeld also did his version of Batman vs Superman, I think. To where
then I have it. Here, hold on.
Hold on, yeah. See if Rob Liefeld did Batman vs Superman.
I'm pretty sure because they all had that Jay Leno chin. Look the crimson chin up in that bitch.
I think it was Liefeld who did The Dark Knight Returns.
Pretty sure.
Because you can definitely tell on that how he does Superman and how he does Batman.
Let's see here. The battle. Dark Knight. Dark Knight Falls. That is Frank Miller.
Miller, yes, that's what I meant. No, it wasn't Liefeld. Miller. It reminds me of a combination of Liefeld's bust. Liefeld did mostly Youngblood and whatnot, but it reminds me of Frank Miller's art style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm looking at it now.
Some of the movies are good. Some are. Okay. Question time. Did y'all see the trailer for Batman and Harley Quinn?
Yes.
Excuse me?
There's the next animated series that the Bruce Timverse is Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Let's just say that.
To be fair, it doesn't look like it's gonna suck.
It doesn't look like it's gonna suck, but there's one thing.
Doesn't mean it looks good.
There's one thing that I just can't. Soul.
And what's that?
I'm pretty sure you know. They don't have Tara Strong doing Harley Quinn.
Yeah, they don't have Tara Strong as Harley Quinn.
Do you know who they have? The blonde, short glasses wearing girl off of The Big Bang Theory with the high squeaky voice.
Oh, I don't know. I actually always thought she sounded like Harley Quinn, kind of.
Yeah,
but the thing is, she's trying to impersonate Tara Strong doing Harley Quinn. Instead of
Tara Strong was impersonating what's her name who did Harley Quinn before her.
Yeah, instead of doing her regular voice for
But
Big
the
Bang.
thing is, Tara Strong I think has become more iconic than Melissa.
Whatever her name was.
Yeah, but her entire thing was imitating.
I know she did a damn good job. So I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not
told. Last time I watched all the Batman animated series in a row, I couldn't tell when they switched.
No. And here's the thing, it's not bad. I don't hate her performance, No. I'm just, yes, there's the fanboy part of me. It's like when I think of Harley Quinn, I think of Tara Strong.
I don't.
But
I've never liked Harley Quinn, so I don't give a shit.
The Harley Quinn voice in this is just so different that it just stands out.
I'm probably just not going to watch it because I'm just like, Bruce Timm used up my good faith in the Killing Joke movie. I thought I'll explain. Calm yourself down.
I just saw I just rewatched the Doug Walker actually did an editorial on The Killing Joke.
I saw that one, yeah.
On is it bad? I kind of agree with him.
I haven't seen it.
I don't remember. He said it was okay, didn't he?
He said it was okay. I think the movie as a whole, whether you take the first 45 minutes or you don't, okay, we take the first 30 or you don't, I still think it's an okay adaptation. To me, it doesn't truly feel like The Killing Joke.
Okay. I like Doug. I like the nostalgia critic. But when he does a lot of these, every time he ever does a divisive thing, he always comes off as milquetoast. He did it with the Ghostbusters too, where he doesn't say to ever have a definitive feeling on something. And in some cases, that's right when people are overreacting. And in other cases, I feel like he really should actually take a side because there is a side to be taken. When it comes to The Killing Joke, I don't think it's okay. I don't like it at all, to be frank with you. Not that I dislike the story, but
I think The Killing Joke, as it's all like the comic version of Killing Joke, is one of the best Batman stories ever written.
But here's the thing: if you're gonna do an adaptation, you need to do something better than the original. Something, just anything. Okay, and this failed to do it in every way, right? The first 30 minutes, even regardless of that, even just the straight adaptation, is just boring. It failed to capture, even though they imitated some zines verbatim, it still failed to capture the magic of the comic. And they could have, it's not a live action, but when it moves, you have so many different ways you can film things differently, do it from different frames, and mix some stuff up. You can even make it different in some ways. It just, I don't need to see it verbatim. I'll just read the comic. And even then, it's worse off than it was in the comic because, hell, even the animation was just not that great. I mean, it moved well fluidity-wise and like an action scene, but the way everything was colored, it was very not as much detail, nowhere even close to the comic at all. And then I said without the first 30 minutes, when you put I hate the fucking first 30 minutes with Batgirl, all right? Honestly, it was very, like, I was just kind of like, whatever. But when Batgirl and Batman did it, it pissed me the fuck off. Like, immensely. And the thing is, sorry, go ahead.
Like, I haven't seen The Killing Joke. I thought about it, and then my dad brought it up when I told him it was an R-rated Batman cartoon. He's like, "Oh, that sounds interesting," and I just was like, "You know what? No, I'm not." This was even before everyone said it was shit. I was like, one, it's all the people from the Batman animated universe doing something that is so iconic and different than what they did that I just didn't see the fit.
Well, this is the thing. You're right, in the sense that, I guess I had with Bruce Timm. I actually still maintain if DC, the cinematic universe, wants to make good Batman, just even good Justice League stuff, they need to look at Bruce Timm's verse.
Earth 12. It's actual Earth in the multiverse.
Watched all of JLA on Netflix, like first 4 seasons. Oh my god, that shit totally holds up. There's still, like I said, there's still some that I think those are the definitive way on how to do something. Like if they were to do another JLA movie, I would pick the story of the Attack of Thanageria as your base for a Justice League movie.
Yeah, that'd be great. But that being said, he is not perfect, and I think his cracks are starting to very much show. And I think
I think it's starting to show. He hasn't totally lost my trust like he has you. Okay, Bruce Timm hasn't totally lost my trust because, like I said, I didn't hate The Killing Joke as everyone else did, but he's not really gaining it with looking at this Harley versus Batman movie. I'm still going to see it.
It has Nightwing in it. I'm interested. The
I'm
Harley
still gonna
thing just it takes me out of watching a movie. The voice
yeah,
is so
like
different that it just takes me out of the
I don't
focus.
really care about the I don't really care about the voice. I want to see. I'm more worried on how are you going to do the story and the characters. Are you going to fuck up these characters and
Well,
story?
the thing is, it's interesting. I've been going after I watched the Cinema Sins for the Flashpoint,
Hmm.
and I was watching it, and I realized that yes, he was pointing out a bunch of things that were wrong. He always does
Yeah.
that, but oftentimes it never really changes my opinion on a movie
Hmm.
when I see those. But I'm sitting here watching it, and it's really not so much what he was saying, but more of just rewatching it, just again in a way, because I don't own it. I have to buy it or rent it
Yeah.
if I wanted to watch it.
Actually, it's free on CW Seed. If you just go to the CW, you can watch it for
Okay.
free.
I didn't know that. Looking back at a lot of these DC animated movies, I used to think they were like amazing, and I will maintain that they are still better than the live actions,
Yeah.
at least thus far. But I honestly think I rewatch them and I start to see the cracks in them, and I'm starting to dislike them more and more. For example, Flashpoint, um, even though it's a good story,
Yeah.
there's so much in it, and so much of it is just it's very cluttered, and if some of the stuff doesn't make sense, some of which like I didn't really realize that this is something that he brought up in CinemaSins, where it's like there's so many jumps in logic that I think a lot of us just do because we're into the comic books and stuff and we know this would happen
Yeah.
before. But if you really just break it down, it doesn't really make sense, or it's just kind of dumb.
Oh well, here's the thing. Linkara from Atop the Fourth Wall. He's doing event month. He did Infinity Gauntlet, in Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
I forgot the third one he did, but he just did Flashpoint.
Mhm.
Okay, he ended the month with Flashpoint, and watching his video going over because in Flashpoint in the comics was 5 issues.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't 12 like Infinite Crisis. It was 5 issues. There is no way they could have properly adapted Flashpoint because Flashpoint required you to read so many tie-in books just to get to Flashpoint because they kept throwing up random characters every now and
It's
then
kinda
and
like
then throwing up
Rebirth.
subplots. Yeah, and then throwing in subplots. There's no way they could do a proper adaptation of Flashpoint. That's why looking back at the DVD, rewatching it, I realized this is a really good adaptation for what they got.
Yes, but I disagree. Yes, it's difficult, and yes, they probably did a decent job, but they could have been a lot better, and that's my point. Like, for example, all right, I honestly believe that you need to be able to sit down and watch this Flashpoint movies, any of the Justice League animated movies,
Yeah.
without having previously seen the other ones or having any knowledge of the other comic books. Okay, so I actually, and it's funny because I have first-hand experience because I had my dad watch it, and he came away with it. He actually not only that, but Justice League War as well. He really didn't like.
War is shit.
Yeah, and it's just, for example, in Flashpoint, Shazam. If I recall correctly, Shazam didn't even show up before Flashpoint happened in the movie, but they bring him. He shows up at the end during the climax. He shouldn't have been there. I mean, because really, it was just a bunch of kids. It used to be just one. Now it's just
back. I gotta get dinner.
Okay.
Because I do have a retort to the Shazam thing on where he shows up in the comics.
Well, I'm just saying, the comics are irrelevant. If you can't properly adapt them, if you're just going to do something else, fine. But then stop. Don't, the comics are, it's not an excuse anymore. You need to come up with something. And that's mirrored in the Killing Joke
Yeah.
cartoon, where it's like, if you know you can't do it exactly, don't try. Do something different with it. And Flashpoint, the more I just look at it, also there's some kind of crappy script writing in there, but it's an animated DC movie. I don't know. But I don't know. It's just a lot of things that I used to be a lot more gung-ho for, but I'm looking back in retrospect and I'm starting to see it a little differently.
I own 3 animated DC movies. Only 3.
Which ones?
I own Justice League New Frontier, which is the classic versions of the superheroes in World War II, in that kind of art style and all, versus like this alien monster and all. It's very retro. The Wonder Woman's in Vietnam, I think. I know she's just in Asia somewhere. and she's has that old hair Amazonian mentality. She's not like new Wonder Woman. She's very the women are in charge and the women all like this because like Superman shows up and Wonder Woman is partying with these villagers, and Superman's this is not okay, Diana. And to find out, Wonder Woman freed the women of the village and then just let the villager women kill all the men of the village. Okay?
And you say which Superman is it? Is it
It's
Can't Fly Black S Superman or later on?
It's he
Is
can
he
he
still
can
only
fly.
fast?
He can fly.
He can't.
He can
Okay.
fly. But it's not the typical Superman S. It's the like shield on his chest with the regular S.
Is it a red S?
I believe so. I can pull it up right now.
What were we talking about?
Hold on.
I'm talking about
I completely agree with everything he says, Your Honor.
Where'd you upload it to?
Discord into personal chat.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that is. Hold on a second. This is from the original comic and the animated series.
Huh?
yeah,
So yeah, it's the same costume. Pretty
yeah.
much.
Justice League New Frontier, because I only own 3 DC actual animated movies.
Mhm.
But Justice League New Frontier, it kind of takes it's its own entity. It's with the classic mentality and designs of the heroes and all.
Did Superman just beat the snot out of Wonder Woman for stepping out of line?
Basically, and he has that very gender role idea of Superman. It's very era based, but I own that one, and that one's really good. And then I own the 2 Teen Titan ones.
Well, it's just one thing that does continue to bother me with the DC animated universe
Yeah.
is, and it really has nothing to do with the people who work on it, but Warner Brothers needs to give them better budgets because I'm sorry, the animation is just not cutting it for me anymore.
No,
It's not bad.
it's just not that amazing.
It's not movie quality, you know. It's
Yeah.
kind of stiff.
And that you can't tell in the original animated movies, like New Frontier and all. Because I recently watched them side by side. The DVD version of New Frontier, which is the one I own, looks more higher quality than the Blu-ray Teen Titans versus
Also,
Justice League.
One that I think is really underrated, that I like a lot, is Justice League Public Enemies,
Uh-huh.
where it's just Batman and Superman who are wanted by Lex
Yeah.
Luthor.
I remember that. That one's okay. I wasn't a huge fan of the art style for that one, but
Yeah. But
it wasn't a bad.
those are some of the
I
first
like it
ones.
because it proves why. It's a perfect example on why Batman and Superman work so well together.
Yeah. But again, those are some of the first ones.
But
They're
even
not
then,
the
they're
newer
not.
ones.
They're still not great. Like I'm thinking, like Iron Giant quality or like a Disney movie
Oh,
quality
true.
animation.
True.
They should at least be able to hit that if you're gonna make honest, like animated movies.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but again, those went to the theater versus these are just direct to DVD or Blu-ray.
Well, I mean, Iron Giant was made on the side. It wasn't even supposed to be made at all.
True.
Brad Bird, I mean, he was supposed to be working on that other. It was like the Swan or something. I
Mhm.
forgot what the fuck it was called. He made it completely on the side, and he still did it. It's just, I don't know. Well, there's also a lot more. There isn't a lot of hand-drawn animation anymore, which is a shame. A lot of it's computer stuff. Most anime nowadays is computer.
Most stuff is computer. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper to go computer.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks worse. I'm sorry. It just doesn't look as good. It's cheaper, and you get what you pay for. Like, it's not great.
No, I agree with you, dude. I'm an anime fan. I know. Oh, trust me. I know. There's something about that I still love of cel-shaded animation that is so great than just a lot of the shit you get now.
Yeah. I agree.
Like hell, it's funny because and one of the only animes that I think that kind of it still uses it, but it also kind of breaks the mold.
Mm-hmm.
Is you remember you seen One Punch Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that they
I love
convey
One Punch Man.
Yeah, the way that they convey motion and fluidity in that is fucking awesome. And that's something that a lot of animes and in these animated DC movies lack, and they need it badly.
You know what the surprising thing I found out is? The studio that did it, that animated it, was Madhouse Entertainment. They're known for these very high quality, very finely detailed, big budget animes. They apparently did One Punch Man on an average anime budget. Like, it can work.
Yeah,
and you just
good.
The thing with One Punch Man is they would get a bunch of like experimental and like one-off animators and whatnot who would throw in their own kind of flair.
Question, John. Have you seen the Hulu documentary Batman and Bill?
Batman and
Bill.
You mean like Batman and the Creator?
Yeah.
Batman.
Start walking in this direction.
I'm
going in there.
I remember seeing a documentary on it with him in it, Bob Kane, and about Batman.
This is a new Hulu documentary.
Okay. I've actually seen two older documentaries about Batman and Bob Kane, but not the newest one.
This is Batman and Bill.
Okay.
Because
I haven't seen
Bob Kane did not create Batman alone.
Yeah, he had a co-creator that he tried to write out or try to push aside.
And the whole documentary is about Bill's role with Batman, and to the point where they actually got Bill's as co-creator now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's always difficult when you have a collaborative thing like that. But
it's like with Apple with Steve Jobs. Jobs didn't create it. There's also Wozniak. Everyone remembers Jobs from fucking Apple. That's why it took so many movies to come out saying, no, there was another dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's slightly different than that, only because like Bob Kane can actually like draw the comics.
Yeah.
I don't think Steve Jobs could make the Mac computers. He had needed Wozniak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew that Finger had been sidestepped. I didn't know. I don't know if I deserved a whole documentary about it, but I guess it wasn't common knowledge. So
it's actually a pretty interesting documentary, because it basically goes along with the person, Bill Finger, and what he did throughout. It doesn't just follow. It doesn't just say, "Hey, he created Batman," but it's like, Bill Finger was doing this while Bob Kane was doing this, and like,
it would be like if they did a documentary on the early stages of Marvel, and all they did was focus on Stan Lee and didn't even mention Jack Kirby at all.
It also it mentions the issue with Superman, and Superman's creators, and
they couldn't get the right whatchamacallit, I forgot their names, who created Superman. Like, they could not get their names or any credit or any money for a lot of the early Superman stuff. Actually, it was because of them that almost every other comic creator even gets credited at all.
Yeah, basically.
But I'm less like I'm not happy with what Bob Kane did with that with Finger.
Yeah.
But I'm not so rough on it, only because you have to understand, when this shit started, it was so small and nobody took it seriously, and it's like, and it's so easy to get yourself in that situation, and then all of a sudden it blows up into this multi-million-dollar shit, and it's like, you know what I mean? So I forgive it a little.
No, I forgive it too. It's just an interesting documentary.
It is a very interesting documentary. It's like that video I uploaded on the Discord chat that you kind of comment on, like, the guy's a little bit late to the party. I'm like, yeah, maybe a little bit late, but, I still find it a very interesting video.
And speaking of the Discord, you can join us. We talk about all different things. All of us have that it's in the description below. Just wanted to throw that out there. We're on Discord a lot. We have a whole meme channel, for instance, and we don't have that many people on our Discord.
Only John is a part of.
No, a lot of people have
you guys have been posting more stuff. It was initially just you and I, then it was just me for a long time, and then I purposely stopped and waited for other people to post on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an important thing because like we're on there basically every day, so we kind of have to
But
throw
you
it out.
guys are on there every day. I actually I don't even have it on my computer. I have it on my phone. So
Ah,
although
I
that's
have it on both.
I have it on both. But
Well, but then again, I'm part of more other stuff on Discord than
yeah, then our channel because it's
And-
not just mine anymore.
with what I said with the video you posted. Yeah, you're right. It's just funny that you found it then because or when he just did that video. It's just because when Logan first just came out, a lot of people were doing it because it has a lot of things in common with westerns and Shane specifically, which is what they mentioned, which is in the movie and things like that. That's why I just said it was a little late to the party because I was like, oh wow, but yeah,
See, I didn't get it out of the whole Western aspect. The whole part I liked about the video was the aspect of him transcribing of Logan was a milestone that it showed superheroes getting old. And I think that was one of the main reasons why.
Well, yeah, that's what the westerns got old.
Yeah,
I mean, he used whatchamacallit, Unforgiven as an example.
yeah.
I think I don't have it upstairs, but yeah, it's very similar to that. They could go. It's funny because a lot of these people they could go further on it because they compare them to what Logan and Shane, the Western that inspired this one a lot, are all based off of is really, and bear with me here, it's really just the story. It's a Christ story, and I know we don't normally get into religion, but it's basically what it is. You get the lone savior who shows up and helps people, and generally speaking, it doesn't really work out well for him in the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that is actually what inspired a lot of those old Western stories and things like that, which have in turn inspired the superhero story. And it's just, you could go a lot further. A lot of people don't go that far back, but you can.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I liked about the whole Logan thing is that a reason I think I love Logan so much is the fact of superheroes like evolving, old, aging, getting older. That was one of the main things that I think Marvel is kind of lacking on.
Well, the thing is, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, they're getting there. Eventually, Robert Downey Jr. he's the oldest, I believe.
Yeah.
He's going to get there.
But no, Robert Downey Jr. is getting old. I don't see Tony Stark getting old.
No, I think they're gonna recast him eventually.
Well, here's the thing. I'm calling, and I think in Civil Wars, not Civil War, Infinity War, it's going to be a fuck ton of people that die.
Oh, of course, they gotta be. They're
Like,
fighting Thanos.
Yeah, I'm calling Cap dying. I'm calling Thor
I don't
probably
know about
dying.
Cap.
Dude, I thought Cap was going to die in Civil War.
I don't think Cap's gonna die because Chris Evans has talked a lot about wanting to renegotiate his contract.
It's probably going to be Stark who dies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I must say, though, when he dies, if he dies, I don't want another Iron character. I don't want an Iron Heart. I don't want a,
No, I don't want anything iron.
none of that. Like, Stark is dead. Iron Man is dead. Iron everything. I mean, if you want to keep War Machine on, okay, fine. But
Yeah, they'll keep War Machine on. I see Stark dying. I see Thor dying.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Especially
I
with
don't
this new movie coming up.
The thing is,
Well,
the rough thing with Thor is I feel like everybody likes Thor, but nobody loves Thor. Like I
No,
don't.
here's the thing, and that's just correction. People didn't like Thor. People thought Thor was okay. It's when Marvel started putting out those videos on the internet of what Thor has been doing during like Infinity War, as him playing up Thor as the big dumb jock. Then everyone started liking Thor. No one really liked Thor.
Yeah, but
Thor
the thing is,
has been my mom's favorite since the beginning of Marvel.
well, no offense to your mom, but I feel like if Stark dies or Cap dies, there's gonna be a punch.
Yeah.
If Thor dies, it's gonna be like, oh, that's sad. Like it's not gonna have the same punch
No.
as Cap.
Do you see any of? Because we're just running it down. Do you see any of the Guardians dying?
I don't think so.
No.
I think everybody. I mean, maybe Groot will die again, but I don't think.
I don't think they're gonna kill Groot again.
I'm looking forward to the Drax versus Thanos fight because Drax's whole mission is to kill fucking Thanos.
Yeah.
So,
Well, okay. I'm thinking. I don't know James Gunn has, I think, talked before with continuing, like, I think he said, like, one more movie with the traditional cast and then shaking it up a bit with the first movies. So I mean, I think they'll probably get replaced. I don't know if they'll die, but.
No, they're making it right. Hulk. Do you see Hulk dying?
Can't die. Unless he gets Infinity Gauntleted, I don't think.
No,
well, no. You can. Here's the thing.
He's gonna get
Hulk,
stabbed.
Kill him.
You
You
can
can
get more
banish
angry.
him.
That's not dead.
I know, but you can banish him, but it would still be no more Hulk. You know. I'm trying to think of who else. I don't see Black Panther dying. I don't see Spider-Man dying.
He can. He got a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the thing about Spider-Man. What I want to see. I want to see if they do a sequel to Spider-Man, they eventually do a third movie. I want to see him eventually start to grow older, like see Spider-Man in college, or see him start working at Stark Labs.
Well, the idea with casting Young was that every year and with every Spider-Man movie, he would literally progress in school like Harry Potter. That was the idea. So that was the idea.
I don't know how that's going to be now because you're pushing movies out towards being like a year to 2 years before they start coming out. So I just don't want to see 35-year-old Andrew Garfield fucking as Peter Parker, okay?
Well, if you see Andrew Garfield as a 35 Peter Parker, you not watching Spider-Man.
It's just I mean, yeah, he'll get older, but at least for the time being, he's going to be Spider-Man in high school, which he should be. And then I think it would earn, Spider-Man in college if it ever gets that far. I see him doing Spider-Man in college. If not Spider-Man in college, Spider-Man working at Stark Labs, because in the original material he works at Stark Labs. Oh, I gotta say, even if it's not in Homecoming, which I hope it is, it probably isn't. They need to have the Daily Bugle show up at some point. I think they need to.
Okay, only if they get
They're not gonna get J.K. Simmons.
No.
Come on, man, that's my one.
I know.
He's part of DC now.
I want it too, but he's playing Gordon in Justice League. He's not gonna...
That don't mean shit.
Yes, it does.
I honestly feel like these companies sign contracts. Like, if you act with us, you don't go over there.
Yeah, you never see the two mingling.
It sucks, because I'm sorry, no matter who they get to play J. Jonah Jameson, it will never be J.K. Simmons.
I know.
Never. You could get Jesus Christ himself to reincarnate and cast as J. Jonah Jameson. It would not be the same.
No,
I know, but I'm sorry, but Jameson is such an essential part of Spider-Man.
they gotta do him.
You've got to. It's almost kind of a sad. It's funny that J.K. Simmons' legacy has almost become a vice, where it seems like they're scared to recast him now because of just how great he was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's a bad thing.
Okay, I don't like the Raimi verse. I love 2, but then again, like I take that back. I haven't seen the Sam Raimi films in a while. I think I rewatched 1 about a year ago, and that shit was just cheesily stupid.
I refuse to watch them because I know if I watch them, they're gonna get ruined for me.
Well, no, here's the thing.
Because
one is so bad. One is so cheesy bad because you have Willem Dafoe cast as Green Goblin,
I love William Dafoe's.
I love him too. He's so good as the role because he just hams it up.
I like William Dafoe as the Green Goblin, but my thing of rewatching them, and it might ruin it, is because at the time the only thing we had to compare superhero movie wise to the Spider-Man movies was bat nipples. So
well, no. Around the time it came out, we had X1 and Blade.
I really haven't watched Blade. All I know is X-Men.
You should rewatch the first 2 Spider-Mans with Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. I think personally, like I am honestly believing that Homecoming and this new Spider-Man is probably going to be my all-time favorite. Mm-hmm. But those old ones do hold up if you really watch it. And really think about it.
No. I'm not saying they don't hold up.
Well, you said you were talking about the cheesiness. Yes, but there's a reason for that. Spider-Man 1 and 2 are the ultimate. The reason that they are the way they are is because they are post 9/11 movies, and they were the first couple of movies after 9/11 that really tried to embrace and try to get people and reinvigorate the spirit, and that's why it's that way. And if you look at it through that lens,
2-hour ramble, I just know it.
Say what?
So this is going to be a 2-hour
No,
ramble.
I was just saying, if you look at it through that lens, it makes sense, and yeah, I think you can forgive it. That's it.
Well, no, here's the thing. Because, yes, I haven't rewatched 2. I remember bits and parts of it. I think that train sequence is fucking amazing in 2.
I mean, they're paying homage to it in the Homecoming. I mean,
Yeah, but no.
with the boat.
The reason I think I love Willem Dafoe so much in Spider-Man 1 is that scene on the rooftop where they're in full costume, and I can't tell if it's the actors actually having a fucking conversation. I laughed so hard rewatching that. Because I happened to stumble across it on YouTube.
Why? They're just talking. I don't understand.
Because it's just, to me, it takes me out of the moments, and it's like, you can't take this serious. You really can't.
I take it seriously. I felt like tonally when you accept the tone to begin with, I think it matched up well with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it because I watched it ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But like, I'm fine with it.
That's fine. You can be fine with it. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, okay?
I'm just saying, and it's just interesting. You see it as it takes you out of it. It's too hammy for you. It's a little. Yeah. I don't see it that way.
I can't say shit, okay? I like cheese sometimes. I love cheese. I've seen a couple of CW programs that only last a season that should not last more than 3 episodes, that last a full 12. That is, oh my God, what are we doing?
I will say, though, the second Spider-Man is a little long, and I felt like there's an entire subplot they could have cut out of that.
Oh, God,
but other than that, well, okay. Well, first of all, I gotta say, Mary Jane in the original Sam Raimi movie is a lot of nothing. She's really not.
She is shit. She was
so that's
shit back then. I was 5 years old. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I was never really like. I mean, as a kid, I hadn't gone through puberty, so I didn't really find her that attractive. And since she was so bland, I was just like, eh.
No, Harry, I liked, even though he was played by James Franco.
He was really good in the first.
He was good as Harry. He was good as Harry.
He had his father die in the first one. The second one, he found out Peter was Spider-Man, and the third one, it was kind of a revenge story. That's a good character arc.
Well, third one, I think they fudged it up because Sam Raimi had wanted to do it differently, but he had to change it a lot because of the studio.
Yeah,
I mean, Venom wasn't even supposed to be in the third movie.
The studio.
We don't talk about the third one's shit, but I'm just saying, as a character arc.
Well, you're right. I gotta say that aside from now, I mean, he's starting to make no more movies. I mean, he was just in Covenant.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, his roles in Spider-Man are probably James Franco's only like good non-ironic role.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good. The only thing with Spider-Man 2 is that the whole subplot of him losing his powers, I still to this day that doesn't make any sense, and I think they could have cut that out. I think it was dumb.
Yeah, that was retarded.
Like, he's lovesick, so he loses his superpowers. Like, what? I mean, it's like it would be akin to I'm lovesick, so my immune system stops working. Like, that's not how that works.
Shut up! You don't know them comics. You don't know what the kids like. We're hip and cool.
Well, literally, his spider powers in that movie—they're part of his DNA. That means he's lovesick, so his DNA stops working.
Yeah, logic was not the strong suit there.
Look, ham, cheese. I accept it.
But I'm honestly, I wish they'd stop showing stuff for the new Spider-Man movie, only just because it is a requirement that I watch everything because I'm such a Spider-Man fan. So I'm just like, stop! I'm like an addict. I don't want any more. Stop.
Did you see the poster for Homecoming?
Which one?
I heard people were like making fun of it or something.
It looks like a bad Photoshop job. It does.
No, it doesn't. For real?
Hold on.
Yes, I don't like the poster for Spider-Man Homecoming.
I gotta look it up. Keep talking.
You may think different. I don't like the poster for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay, it's not good a sign when it's like, as soon as you put Spider-Man, it's the like third one. Which one is it? The one that kind of looks like Star Wars?
It's the one... Oh, just type in Spider-Man Homecoming poster.
Okay,
it should...
like if it comes up with if it's just an all instead of images, like it literally comes up with all these news articles.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, I'm gonna try to post in. Hang on, I'm trying to post it in the chat.
It's the one with Tony Stark in it.
Yeah, I see it. It looks like one of my thumbnails.
Yeah, It's one with like Stark in it, and him and Michael Caine and
Stark
Iron Man.
again.
There's, like,
I honestly don't think it's that
It's
bad.
not
Like
horrible.
I'd expect more from such a big budget movie. I think that's why it's so jarring for
the
people.
one I think I like the most is the teaser trailer they put where he's hanging on the side of like what looks like a fire escape, and there's a train going by, and it's Spider-Man Homecoming, 2017. I think that's a good post. If you want that to be the poster,
I don't know what they were thinking with this one. And also, I mean,
They're thinking
it's
Star
not
Wars.
great. Everybody has been talking about like the whole this is just an Iron Man movie with Spider-Man, and it's not. But this is not helping that.
No.
Oh.
All right.
To have Tony Stark all dramatic with flames around his torso.
Yeah, he's so predominant where it's just like
he's so predominant in the picture that like Spider-Man, that big picture of Spider-Man on the side is kind of blending into the back.
Well, I mean, you took that poster, you could rename it Iron Man Spider-Man or something like that, and it would make
Iron
sense.
Man Spider Wars.
well,
Yeah,
here's the
so-
thing. That's a bad poster, and the original Avengers poster I think is bad.
I don't think it was that bad. It was just the one where they were all standing together.
Right?
Yeah, I know. It looks like well, first of all, it looks glossy, and it looks like one of those like boy band posters of them all just kind of looking off unadulterated.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's
we
funny.
actually studied that one in class.
Well,
No.
it's interesting.
The worst part out of that poster is there are two things. One, Samuel L. Jackson, who's got that pimp lean,
Yeah.
and Chris and Captain America, who looks like he's posing for like pictures.
Yeah, they're all.
Well,
we studied
it's
that in one
funny
of my
'cause-
classes, in 2 classes actually, because if you look at it, all the male characters are facing to the camera, versus Black Widow's ass is the only thing facing the camera. It's a prime example of
Well,
the male
it's
gaze.
funny because this poster, it actually reminded me of something. Every Iron Man poster is like that. That kind of composite, like Photoshop thing. Every Iron Man poster is actually like that. If you look at it, look up Iron Man 1 poster, and it looks very similar. Because it's literally got RDJ standing there all tall, and like it's
They're
very
not.
similar.
They're not helping your argument that this is not an Iron Man movie.
Oh, I know. It's not, but that's what I said. Like, this is not helping.
No. I think that's going to do it for our ramble, though. We're an hour, 4 minutes in. I think that's good. We don't need this to be like Suicide Squad review. That came out around 2 hours, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Soul and John.
I just put up a video like today.
John put one up last week, so I can actually promote their channels because they put stuff on them lately. We have Discord chat down below. In the little card in the corner, you can get the 200 subscriber T-shirt. Today is the last day to get those, so yeah, get them while they last because they'll go away forever. But thank you so much for
Or at
watching.
least until we get something new.
We'll have later other designs later down the road, but this physical design now will be gone after today. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.
Geek out.